Ooh, Apple is in trouble. Well, let me explain. This Epic versus Apple stuff has been going on for ages now. What happened is, in the beginning, the Apple Store had Fortnite, the popular game. Everyone plays it. Every child, every parent, every in between knows about the game. And they removed it because they were trying to let people buy V-Bucks, the in-game currency, through an outside source. So what happened is it became a mess. They get kicked out of the Apple Store and they get kicked out of the Google Store, and then they sue Apple for being anti-competitive. And Tim Cook, the Apple CEO, is being grilled according to this article on Mac Rumors. So this is what happened on the latest court hearing. Tim Cook was testifying in the case, and a lot of stuff happened. A lot of things that were said by Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers that did not go in Apple's favor. So what happened? One thing is, she said, quote, "You said you want to give users control. So what's the problem with allowing users to have a cheaper option for content?" So the main focus of this legal battle is, why does Apple have to take 30% of each in-app purchase? Apple's response is, we created the platform, therefore we take a cut. But the response of Epic is, you don't always take a cut, because in some cases, like Netflix, you subscribe somewhere else, and then you log into Netflix to have your subscription. Or in the case of Spotify just says, okay, you can't subscribe in the app, you need to subscribe on PC or somewhere else or on the browser, and then you come back. But the problem now is, whose right is it to dictate these prices? Okay, and in this case, in this hearing, another thing that was drawn into comparison is banks. So if you have a banking app and you have transactions everywhere, are they limited? Does Apple take 30% cut of every single banking transaction? No. And it's a confusing story. Let's say you have a physical store in real life. So someone sells their products in the store and you get a cut. There's an analogy there that the store, even though it's virtual, is Apple's, and someone else is selling stuff in their store. Why don't they get a cut? It's a really, really fascinating thing. But one thing that happened in the court hearing is the judge said to Tim Cook, "You did not bring the price down." They just brought the price down, by the way, for the developers who are making less than $1 million a year. They cut the cut from 30% to 15%, and she told him that this wasn't just for COVID. Let me get the quote. Judge Rogers said she did not believe that Apple lowered its App Store fees for developers making under $1 million because of COVID, instead suggesting that Apple's motivation was the litigation, so the lawsuit that Apple was facing at the time. Tim Cook replied, quote, "It was because of COVID. Of course, I had the lawsuit in the back of my mind." That's it. That's the end of the quote. So it's an interesting read. I'll put the link in the description if you want to read the whole thing. It's very long. There's a survey, not developer friendly, blah blah blah. And yes, Tim Cook being grilled, it seems funny to me. I don't know why, but it's big company things. I don't know why Apple are being so under fire with this regard in specific, because in Google's perspective, they have their own store platform, YouTube, and they take not 30%. As far as I know, they take 45%. And no one is complaining there. You can't say, if I leave YouTube, where can I go? Where's the other platform? It's the same with Apple. If you leave the App Store, you just leave every single iPhone. I don't know, man. It's a complicated thing. And I'll leave it to you. It's really interesting, though. I found it funny. I don't know why. Just having multi-billionaires being told to their face that they're not being fair is funny somehow. I kind of feel like my voice has been heard in a way. Speaking of Apple, in the last video I talked about how they say they will change music forever, right? And apparently there is no Apple product that can play these lossless Apple Music thing. First of all, I said I implied or said maybe that it was gonna be an extra charge for this. No, if you have Apple Music, you get that for free. But there is no Apple device that can play this Apple Music lossless thing. And this article on The Verge says that even the AirPods Max, the $550 headphones, can't play lossless audio. See, for me, I won't make a big fuss about high quality audio because I can barely hear anything. So never mind distinguish between high quality and super high quality music. But because Apple pushed this and announced, oh, we have high fidelity music, and people who bought this 550 AirPods Max who thought I bought the best headphone ever can't experiencing it. So let the judge grill Tim Cook about this as well. But yeah, if you want to listen to high fidelity lossless audio, you'd have to bring your own headphone that is wired, that is not Apple branded, and listen that way. Strange things. Money. Capitalism is all what companies are about, and they want to make profit. And Twitter has done so many things. They introduced the idea of super follows. They introduced or showcased the idea of Twitter Blue, or that's rumored that there's a subscription model for Twitter. And now Twitter previews ticketed spaces. So spaces is Clubhouse, but on Twitter. So you would have your own audio room with people joining. And apparently what's gonna happen with ticketed spaces is you can sell tickets on Twitter. Currently it's only in the US, so only fancy, popular US-based people can do this. And the way it happens is they bought this platform for processing payments, and they will also take a cut. Twitter. That's why they're doing this, of course. And they will take 20% of the ticket price. So let's say I have a room that no one is in, but I'm selling a $10 ticket. Will I get $8 and $2 will go to Twitter? No, because if the person who bought the ticket is on iPhone, first Apple will take 30% of the $10, which will leave me with $7, and then I will get 80% of the $7, and 20% will be onto Twitter. It's such a complicated thing from the side of the Twitter user. So I'm imagining a world where people will say, okay, I will send you a free ticket or something if you pay through other means, just to navigate away from the payment, and then maybe you will get banned from Twitter as well. It's all about money. It's all about money. I have exams. I finished my first exam, and as you can see, I'm very excited because one is over and there's 2 more to go, and pray for me. But I have an interesting thing. I posted a video that had the word hack in it. And then I started receiving notifications upon notifications, and I realized they were bots. So I started deleting them. 10, 20, 25. And they kept on going on and going on and going on and going on. And they're all referencing this one account that's apparently advocating people to go on the Instagram and ask this guy to hack for them or something. And weirdly enough, it translated into very high views, at least compared to my usual views. And I was like, YouTube usually recognizes these bots and removes the comments automatically. So I was decided, after getting notifications after notifications, I was like, let them go. And I'll show you here how many notifications just by bots targeting this specific video because it had the word hack. And I just thought it was fascinating, and I thought I should share it. So here you go. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic week, and see you next week. Goodbye.